words that we talked about yesterday. So can we put in the chat right now, which animals on this food web are herbivores? And I know it doesn't say the names of them. So if you're like, I don't know what that thing is called, just do your best. So which ones are herbivores? Squirrel, yes, Logan.
Squirrel, deer. Squirrel, grasshopper, deer. Bird.
Grasshopper, deer. There's one
Groundhog.
more. Groundhog. Yeah, the groundhog is. Eamon, what are you never minding? The bird.
The bird,
Oh,
because it eats the
you,
cricket, yeah.
yeah, you noticed something about the bird. So my next question is, which animal is an omnivore? So remember, omnivores eat both plants and animals.
So I guess my question to you, Ms. Klepper, would be the bird still be considered an herbivore?
Not on this food web. On this food web, the bird is showing that it eats both plants and animals. And because the definition of an herbivore is eats only plants. All right, and then which animals on here are showing are carnivores? The cougar, yep. The turkey vulture. And the wolf, yeah. It looks more like a coyote to me, but wolf, yep, you guys, it's some sort of canine, wild canine. Awesome. And then the last question on here is, which ones are the producers? So which organism in this food web is a producer? Yep, it's showing some sort of seeds, the grass, yep.
Trees,
the two plants. Yep. Awesome. Great. You guys are showing me that you understand these vocab words that we talked about yesterday and how to read a food web. So that's great. Okay, moving on to talk about this food pyramid here. So yesterday I had you take notes and about what a food pyramid is. And I'm just going to remind you here of the things that we can see in a food pyramid and why it's shaped the way that it is. So the first thing that food pyramids can show is a food chain. So we have grass on the bottom that gets eaten by grasshoppers, that get eaten by shrews, that get eaten by an owl. So this is a food chain going up the pyramid. It also shows trophic levels. So the terms producers representing the grass, primary consumers is representing our grasshoppers, secondary consumers are the shrews, and then the tertiary consumer is the owl. So that's another thing that we see in food pyramids. Another thing is the amount of energy that's available at each trophic level. So this is where I want to explain to you about how energy gets lost as you move up in trophic levels. So as you move up the pyramid, there's less and less energy available. That's why it's shaped like a pyramid, to show you that the energy goes down as you move up. And the reason for that is that each step of the pyramid's trophic levels, only 10% of the energy that's available in that level gets transferred onto the animals that eat it. So only 10% gets saved for the next organism on the food chain. The rest of that energy, 90% of it gets lost to just doing everyday activities. So eating, breathing, flying, hopping, running, mating, all of that 90% of that energy just gets lost. So only 10% will go to the next level. So we measure energy in kilocalories. Energy that we eat gets measured in calories. You've probably heard that before. So if there was 1,000 kilocalories available in the grass here, what's available to the grasshoppers is only 100 kilocalories. So if we're looking at this mathematically, we're just moving our decimal point 1 over from the left. So 1,000 kilocalories goes to 100 for the primary consumers, and then 10% gets saved to go to the secondary consumers. So it's only 10 kilocalories. And all that's available for the owl is 1 kilocalorie at the top. If we're going down and only 10% of it is actually moving to the next level. And this is why owls need to eat so many shrews, and shrews need to eat so many grasshoppers, and grasshoppers have to eat so much grass. It's because of that loss of energy at each level. All right, what questions do we have about that? If you want to put them in the chat. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we are going to then move away from looking at slides, and I would like you to go to join.nearpod.com. So Mr. Austin, if you want to stop sharing or stop recording, we'll move over on food chains and some of the vocab that we went over in the last few days. So you're going to be doing a matching activity.